September 14th, 2025. How has it been 15 years since Halo Reach was released?
There's no mistake. It's them.
Let's get into it.
Winter contingency has been declared. All units are mobilized and ready.
This is Sierra 320. Prep for combat insertion.
What the hell was that? We're coming in hot. Hold on. We just lost our bird.
Oh my god. What the hell is happening down there? Kidding, just dropped off my map.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dakks Daniels, here today to talk to you about one of my personal favorites, Halo Mother
Slayer
Reach. That's right. You like Seven Samurai? How about Noble Sacrifices? Insurmountable Odds? Kicking ass? Going out like ballers? Then Halo Reach is for you.
Didn't think anyone survived Benghazi, sir.
Spartans never died, George. They're just missing in action.
We didn't know it at the time, but we were living through the golden age of gaming. So if you were a fan of the Halo trilogy, the original, 1 through 3, and you were a fan of the books, then you knew when they completed the third game and announced this, what exactly we were in for. I mean, nothing good. It's the fall of Reach. That was their Pearl Harbor, essentially. Whoa, 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 stop. Listen, it's a different day. I'm editing this footage. Let's dial it back. All right, we're going to dial it back. I got to do Reach some justice. So here's the story. Go. So Halo Reach starts off with Noble 6 joining the squad. The person he's replacing had been recently killed tanking a Covenant Corvette with a tactical nuke. He basically flew that shit up inside and blew it up at the cost of his own life. You actually see it in one of the promotional commercials for the game called Deliver Hope. That's also where Kat gets her arm blown off. You actually see that in the trailer. She was originally going to take the nuke up there, but Banshee comes in, pew, 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 blows her arm off. Anyways, that's just not a part of the game. So you enter in as Noble 6, right? And at this point in the story, communication on Reach has gone down, and they're trying to figure out why. At this point in the Halo timeline, the Covenant and humans have been fighting like kind of a war. The government hasn't fully admitted to it yet, I don't think, because the Spartan 2s are still kind of what's the word? A rumor, I think, at this point. It's been a while since I've read the books. None of that crap matters because the game retcons a bunch of it. But you're going to investigate communications, and you find out there's a Covenant invasion force on Reach. So the game starts off like, oh, okay, well, we can repel this invasion force. Fuck the Covenant. And, so you beat the shit out of them, kick them off planet. You go up to the Corvette that's hanging out in orbit. You blow that up. George gets sacrificed, and everybody's thinking, all right, great, good job, everybody. We can go home. Covenant doesn't know we're here. All good. Wrong.
Station control, reading multiple pings below the orbital defense
Slip
grid.
space rupture detected.
Yeah, we're picking up anomalies too. Are you reading
Slip
it?
space rupture
Multiple
detected.
Covenant signatures.
Slip space
Does anyone have
rupture
a
detected.
They're everywhere.
Slip
Can't be
space
happening.
rupture
Must be the
detected.
whole damn Covenant
Slip
fleet.
space rupture detected.
Because at that moment, Fleet shows up. There's an artifact on Reach, apparently, and that's how they were there in the first place. They kind of stumbled upon it on accident. It's not like they were like, oh, this is, a huge blow to their military. Let's go and plan it up. No, it was an accident. They basically stumbled into that shit, and they're like, oh, all right, well, we're going to glass it while we're at it. So then it basically switches to the military realizing Reach is going to fall. The entire civilian population of like 700 million, they're all going to die. So it becomes two-pronged. Evacuate as many civilians as they can, get military assets off planet. And one of those military assets is the experimental AI known as Cortana. You may have heard of her. I don't know. She's a small part of Halo. Just kidding. And also, there is somebody by the name of Master Chief in Cryo on this ship. You may have heard of it, called the Pillar of Autumn. So basically, you get to Sword Base, you evacuate all that stuff, you evacuate some civilians out of the city. Yeah. Kat kind of goes out like a punk, which is really sad, because, You know, they're just running, trying to secure a base, and she just gets sniped out of nowhere. Absolutely heartbreaking. But that's war, you know. You think everybody goes off on a bang, and sometimes it's a whimper.
Come on, get in! Let's go, come on!
She's gone, man. She's gone. So, yeah. Back to the story, though. Evacuate the planet, evacuate the people, the Pillar of Autumn and all that stuff. There's a protocol in Halo that if Covenant discover a planet, every military spaceship has to go in like a randomly calculated direction so they can avoid being captured so the Covenant can't find out the location of Earth. It's called the Cole Protocol, I do believe. Fun fact, it's a real good way to randomly end up next to a giant artificial installation that turns out to be a galactic superweapon. Anyways, so the Pillar of Autumn is prepping to do that, and you got to get Cortana to the ship. At that point, someone's got to stay behind to operate the Mac guns. Someone's got to stay behind to kind of like make sure it all goes down. Well, geez, I wonder what the main character of our game has to do. Well, he's got to stay behind, but you get to stay behind with Emil, who is probably one of the coolest dudes in this game. And he goes out like a baller.
Who's next?
Emil ain't going out like no bitch, though. Stabs the motherfucker in the neck. Yes! Fighting, defending the Mac gun. You hop in the Mac gun. You make sure the Pillar of Autumn gets out of there. Grab a handful of popcorn shrimp. They blow on out of that shit. You're fucked. You're left behind on the planet. It's glassing. There's invasion forces coming all around. The game ends very epically and poetically and sad because there's no way to win the last mission. It's just how long can you last. Quite fun to play. Quite fun to try and beat, too. And, yeah. Yeah, it's a completely dignified tragedy. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know they're going to lose. I want to enjoy the story along the way. And they do. They tell it. It's very personal. It's very character-driven. And the Spartans in Reach get one game to shine. They probably had media outside of it now that Halo's huge. But at least at this point, they had one game to shine, and they absolutely did, like the pretty diamonds they were. Mwah. Oh, man. When they announced that they were kind of modeling some of the themes of this after the Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa, I first off love Akira Kurosawa, so I was no words, just emotions. It's beautiful though, beautiful. First time I ever got a Legendary Edition on a game, too. I got that Reach statue sitting in my nerd collection right now. Oh, it's great. It's the centerpiece of my display, actually. I feel like right now I'm going to show you a cut just to be a little bit vain. But you know what? It's beautiful, and I love it. So, that's Halo Reach. It's been 15 years. Yeah. Started making this video one way. Decided I should make it the other, so I'm not wearing the shirt anymore. But just pretend. You know, use your imagination. If I had a bigger VFX budget, I'd just, you know, digitize it like, you know, the Green Lantern. That worked out real well, right? Anyways, that's my story. Stay classy.